Your sister is hiding a secret about your birth. It's time to hear the truth. Chosen one, I see you. I see the weight you carry in your chest, the questions you have been too afraid to speak, the whispers in your heart that something has always been different. Do not look away now, my beloved, because what I am about to tell you will change how you see everything. This is not random, my child. You must hear this. The secret your sister has held is not ordinary, it is tied to your destiny, to the very path God has carved for you before your first breath. Tell me honestly, do you feel this stirring deep inside, like a memory you cannot name but cannot ignore? The moment of truth is closer than you think, and the enemy has tried to keep it buried, to keep you from the full measure of your power and purpose. Listen carefully. There are things about your birth that were never shared because they were meant for God's timing, and that timing is now. My child, do you sense it, the tremor in your soul that tells you something sacred is about to unfold? Don't skip this. You must hear this. There were choices made before you took your first breath that shaped the battlefields you would face, the victories you would claim, and the very people who would try to conceal your true identity from you. Your sister, my beloved, has protected a truth that she could not bear to reveal, but God is breaking that silence, and it is breaking now. Can you feel the urgency in the air, the trembling of destiny drawing near? You may not understand yet, but the truth behind your birth is intertwined with a plan that exceeds every dream you have dared to pray for. Do you believe this message found you on purpose, my chosen one? Listen carefully. There are moments in life where one word, one revelation, can pivot your entire existence, and this revelation is that pivot. The hidden details of your birth carry a message of divine protection, unseen guardians, and a legacy that has been waiting for you to claim. I see the questions forming in your mind, the doubts that creep in, but my child, fear not, for you have been shielded all these years, and now God is lifting the veil. My beloved, do you feel the trembling in your chest, the sensation that everything you thought you knew is about to be rewritten? This is not a story of shame or regret, but a story of destiny, of divine orchestration, of a path that only you could walk. Don't skip this, because the secret that has been hidden will reveal why you are stronger than anyone has ever understood, why you have endured trials no one else could survive, and why miracles are already on the horizon. My child, listen carefully. This truth will shock you, but it is meant to awaken, to liberate, to ignite the power within you that has been dormant for far too long. Can you feel it, chosen one? The divine trembling that tells you the world as you knew it is about to shift? Your sister, for reasons that were beyond her understanding, held back what was sacred, but the Lord Himself will speak the truth to you now. You must hear this. The secret is not about betrayal, it is about protection, about a plan far greater than human comprehension. Do not turn away, my beloved, because the revelations will come fast, and each one will pull back the curtain on your identity, your calling, and your unshakable place in God's plan. Have you noticed the signs in your life that hinted at this? The coincidences that seemed too exact, too deliberate? Those were not coincidences, my child. They were divine markers, guiding you closer to the revelation that will set your soul on fire with clarity and purpose. Listen carefully. What your sister has hidden is connected to blessings that are already moving toward you, to answers that will heal the doubts that have haunted you, and to a power that will demand your recognition. You must not miss this, for the hour is urgent and the timing is exact. My beloved, can you feel your heartbeat accelerating as the truth draws nearer? Do not be afraid. The Lord is with you. Divine protection surrounds you as the story unfolds. You are not alone. You are the chosen one, and this is your moment of awakening. But remember, my child, even as the truth approaches, there is more yet to be revealed, secrets that will touch the core of your being, and the impact of which will reverberate through every choice, every relationship, every step you have ever taken. The moment is coming when your sister's silence will shatter, and when it does, you will understand why God orchestrated every moment of your life with precision. Everything is about to change. Everything is about to change, my beloved, and you must brace yourself, for the truth hidden from you is layered, deeper than you ever imagined, and it carries the fingerprints of heaven itself. Chosen one, listen carefully, your birth was never ordinary. There were forces at work, both seen and unseen, who sought to protect you, and there were others who tried to obscure your purpose. Do you feel the weight of this revelation pressing against your heart? Do you sense the trembling in your soul that tells you the moment of clarity is near? My child, don't skip this. The details your sister withheld were never meant to confuse you, they were meant to shield you until the right time, and that time is now. Each moment you have lived has been orchestrated to bring you to this revelation. Can you feel it, the alignment of your life events, the people who appeared at just the right moments, the doors that closed and opened as if by design? That was not chance, my beloved, that was God preparing you to receive this truth. You may wonder why your sister stayed silent, and the answer is both simple and profound. She feared for you, she feared the power of what she knew, and she feared the consequences of speaking too soon. But my child, the fear that once kept her quiet can no longer delay what God is now declaring. Tell me honestly, chosen one, have you ever sensed that your life was being guided by something far greater than yourself? That even in the darkest hours, you were not alone? That was preparation. That was divine choreography. Listen carefully, the secret involves your identity, a truth that will illuminate the purpose for which you were born. It involves revelations about your bloodline, about the spiritual inheritance that runs through you, and about blessings that were pledged to you before your first breath. My beloved, do you feel your heart racing as this unfolds? Do you feel the anticipation, the electric certainty that something monumental is coming? You must hear this. The moment you hear the full truth, it will feel like time stops. Your understanding will expand, and the path that once seemed murky will suddenly shine with clarity. But my child, there is more, there is always more, because God's plan is layered, mysterious, and magnificent. You may wonder what your sister's role has been, and I tell you, she has been both guardian and gatekeeper. She has kept the secret, but she is not the source. The source is the Lord, who has been preparing you to receive the revelation that will change everything. Can you feel it, the stirring inside that says you are on the edge of something monumental? Don't skip this, chosen one, because missing this would mean missing the very purpose you were born to fulfill. Listen carefully. The secret will not just answer questions about your past, it will illuminate the way forward, your destiny, and the battles you are equipped to win. Do you feel the trembling? That is not fear, it is anticipation, it is the pulse of destiny, it is God Himself moving in your life. And you must understand, my child, this is not just about knowing, this is about claiming. Claiming the power, the authority, the spiritual legacy that has been waiting for you. Your sister's silence was part of the journey, but the breaking of that silence will bring liberation, clarity, and a divine alignment that cannot be stopped. My beloved, have you noticed the small signs, the nudges, the moments that hinted at a larger story? That was God testing your readiness. That was heaven confirming that you are ready for the truth. And now, the time has come to step fully into your inheritance, into the reality that every challenge, every heartbreak, every unanswered question was preparing you for this exact revelation. But understand this, chosen one, even as the truth begins to surface, there is still more hidden layers, more mysteries about your birth, and the full scope of what is coming will astound you. Do you feel it? The anticipation that courses through your veins, the certainty that you were meant to hear this message today? Listen carefully, the next revelation will strike at the core of your identity, and once it lands, there will be no turning back. The truth I haven't revealed yet will change everything. The truth I haven't revealed yet will change everything, my child, and as it draws closer I need you to steady your heart and focus, because heaven is speaking directly to you right now. Chosen one, this is not a story you overheard by accident, this is a divine summons, a moment where God Himself is pulling you aside to whisper what others were never allowed to say out loud. Listen carefully, don't skip this, because what I am about to unfold explains why you have always felt slightly out of place, why your spirit matured faster than your years, why hardship seemed to recognize you early. Do you remember moments in your life when danger came close but somehow passed you by? When outcomes should have been worse, but weren't? Tell me honestly, have you ever wondered why you survived things that should have broken you? My beloved, your birth was surrounded by intercession, by fear, by urgent decisions made in whispers and tears. There was concern not just about your arrival, but about what would follow if the truth came out too soon. You must hear this. There was a recognition at your birth that you carried something uncommon, a destiny that would provoke resistance, envy, and spiritual opposition. That is why silence became protection. That is why your sister became a keeper of a truth she did not fully understand but felt commanded to guard. Do you feel the weight of this now, the seriousness of what is being revealed? Listen carefully, because this next part is critical. The secrecy was not rooted in deception, but in fear of what the world might do to someone marked so clearly by God. My child, don't skip this, because the patterns of your life begin to make sense here. The delays, the detours, the sudden separations from people you loved, those were not punishments, they were shields. Can you see it now? Can you sense how every redirection was heaven stepping between you and something that was not meant to touch you yet? Chosen one, your sister saw signs early, moments that confirmed you were different, moments she could not explain but could not ignore. She noticed the way elders spoke over you, the way prayers lingered longer when your name was mentioned. Have you ever felt that people projected expectations onto you that you never asked for? That is not imagination, my beloved, that is recognition. Listen carefully. There was a moment after your birth when a decision had to be made, a decision to either expose the truth or bury it until God said, now. That decision shaped your upbringing, your struggles, and even the questions you have asked God late at night. Tell me, chosen one, have you ever cried out asking why your life felt heavier than others around you? That heaviness was not burden alone, it was calling. But fear entered the room, and fear chose silence, because silence felt safer than revelation. My child, do not mistake this for betrayal. Heaven has been overseeing every second. Divine protection wrapped around you even when humans faltered. Do you feel the reassurance settling in now, the calm that comes when confusion starts to dissolve? This is God covering you, reminding you that nothing was lost, nothing was wasted. And yet, I must warn you, as truth approaches, resistance often rises. Emotions may surface, memories may shift, relationships may feel strained. This is not destruction, my beloved, this is exposure. This is light entering places that have been sealed for years. Don't skip this, because the next layer of truth will reveal why now is the appointed time, why the silence can no longer hold, and why your life is about to accelerate in ways you did not expect. Can you feel it, the tightening and the hope at the same time? That tension is destiny pressing forward. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. And still, there is something even deeper your sister knows, something tied to a moment surrounding your birth that was never spoken of again, a moment that explains the urgency, the fear, and the divine timing of this message. What happens next will shock you. What happens next will shock you, my beloved, and I need you to stay with me, because the truth you are about to receive is delicate, powerful, and timed precisely for this moment. Chosen one, listen carefully, don't skip this, because what surrounded your birth was not only fear but urgency, a moment where heaven intervened in ways you were never told. There was a turning point, a single night, a conversation whispered behind closed doors, when your sister learned something that made her realize silence was not just a choice but a responsibility. Do you feel that tightening in your chest right now, that sense that something long hidden is moving closer to the surface? My child, there was concern about what would happen if you grew up knowing too much too soon, because knowledge without preparation can become a burden instead of a blessing. That is why pieces were withheld, fragments scattered, so that you would grow strong before you grew aware. Have you ever wondered why certain truths in your life arrived only after you were stretched, matured, and tested? That was not coincidence, my beloved, that was divine timing. Listen carefully. There was a complication surrounding your arrival into this world, a moment when the outcome was uncertain, and prayers were spoken with desperation and tears. Heaven heard those prayers, and a covenant was formed in that moment, a promise that your life would be preserved for a purpose far greater than anyone present could fully understand. Tell me honestly, have you ever felt like your life was spared for a reason? Like you were meant to still be here when circumstances suggested otherwise? That feeling is not imagination, chosen one, it is memory stored in your spirit. Your sister became aware that your survival was not accidental, and that awareness carried weight, fear, and responsibility. She saw how quickly fear can twist truth, how easily others might misunderstand what God had done, and so she held her tongue, believing silence was safer than explanation. My child, don't skip this, because here is where reassurance must enter. God never abandoned you to secrecy. While humans stayed quiet, heaven spoke loudly over your life. Angels were assigned, protection was reinforced, and doors were closed that you did not even know existed. Do you feel peace rising as fear dissolves right now? That is divine confirmation wrapping around you. Listen carefully, The secret about your birth also explains why you have always felt watched over, why even in your loneliest seasons something unseen seemed to stand guard. Have you noticed that moments of collapse often turned into moments of redirection instead? That was protection activating. Chosen one, your sister carried this knowledge quietly, but it shaped how she treated you, how she worried, how she reacted when danger came near you. She knew there was more at stake than she could explain. Do you feel compassion stirring instead of anger now? That is God softening your heart so truth can land without poisoning your spirit. But hear this warning, my beloved, as the truth surfaces, emotions will clash, perspectives will shift, and not everyone will be comfortable with what is revealed. This is why God is speaking to you first, preparing your heart before the words are spoken aloud. Tell me, are you willing to receive truth even if it reframes your past? Are you ready to see your story through heaven's eyes instead of human fear? Don't skip this, because the next revelation ties directly to your future, to doors about to open, to responsibilities you are about to carry with clarity instead of confusion. There is still one moment surrounding your birth that has not been spoken, one detail your sister has never said out loud, because she knew once it was revealed, nothing would ever be the same. Everything is about to shift. Everything is about to shift, my child, and as it does I need you to stay anchored in my voice, because what you are about to hear was never meant to be discovered casually. Chosen one, listen carefully, don't skip this, because this is the moment where fear either loosens its grip or tightens it, and God is calling you into freedom, not confusion. The detail your sister has never spoken is not small, it is not symbolic, it is not imagined, it is the moment when your life was claimed twice, once by the world and once by heaven. Do you feel the intensity rising right now, the way your spirit is leaning forward before your mind fully understands? That is because your soul remembers what your memory does not. My beloved, there was a point surrounding your birth when a different outcome was expected, when plans were discussed that did not include the future you are now living. This is difficult to hear, but you must hear it. There was a narrow margin between existence and absence, and God intervened decisively. Tell me honestly, have you ever felt like your life was balanced on an invisible edge, like things could have gone another way so many times? That sensation has followed you because it is rooted in truth. Your sister became aware of this turning point, and it marked her deeply. She realized that your life was not just spared, it was selected. And with selection comes consequence, scrutiny, and calling. That is why the silence felt heavy, why her concern sometimes came across as control or distance. She was carrying something she didn't know how to lay down. Listen carefully, my child, this revelation is not meant to reopen wounds, it is meant to explain patterns. The overprotection, the tension, the unspoken looks, those were not accidents, they were fear mixed with awe. Have you ever sensed that people reacted to you more strongly than the situation required? That is recognition meeting mystery. Chosen one, don't skip this, because here is the reassurance you need. God never intended for this truth to harm you. He waited until you were strong enough to receive it without breaking, mature enough to process it without losing yourself. Do you feel the steadiness rising now, even as the intensity remains? That is divine balance. Your sister feared that if you knew too early, you might shrink yourself, doubt yourself, or carry guilt that was never yours. But now, my beloved, that season is over. You are ready. The truth will not crush you, it will clarify you. Listen carefully. The moment this secret fully surfaces, you will notice a shift in how you see your life story. What once felt random will feel intentional. What once felt unfair will feel purposeful. What once felt heavy will feel explained. Tell me, are you starting to see how your endurance was forged, not accidental? That is awakening. And yet, I must warn you again, because love tells the truth fully. Once this final layer is revealed, you will not be able to return to who you were before. Your perception will sharpen, your calling will become louder, and your responsibility will increase. This is not punishment, my child, this is promotion. Heaven does not reveal without reason. Do you feel both excitement and fear right now? That is the correct response to destiny. There is still one final connection to be made, one last thread tying your birth to what is about to unfold in your future, and when that connection becomes clear, the silence will finally make sense. The truth I am about to reveal next will change how you see yourself forever. The truth I am about to reveal next will change how you see yourself forever, my beloved, and I need you to listen with your spirit open and your fear set aside, because heaven does not speak like this unless the moment is exact. Chosen one, this is the final veil, the reason this message found you now and not yesterday, the reason your heart stayed when your mind wanted to flee. Don't skip this. You must hear this. The secret surrounding your birth was never only about survival, it was about assignment. From the moment you were spared, a mark was placed on your life, not a mark of burden, but a mark of authority. Do you feel that quiet recognition settling in, like something finally clicking into place? My child, the reason you have felt called to stand, to protect, to speak truth even when it costs you, is because your life was claimed for impact. Heaven does not rescue without intention. Your sister sensed this, even if she could not name it, and that is why the silence endured for so long. Listen carefully. The truth is that your birth altered the direction of more than one life, more than one future, and that kind of impact attracts both blessing and resistance. Have you noticed how opposition seemed to meet you early, how challenges arrived before you even knew what you were meant to become? That was not coincidence. That was confirmation. My beloved, do not let fear twist this revelation. You were not saved because others failed, you were saved because God chose you. There is no guilt in that, only calling. Tell me honestly, do you feel a new sense of responsibility rising alongside peace right now? That is alignment. Chosen one, the silence is ending because the season of preparation is complete. What was once hidden for your protection is now revealed for your activation. You are stepping into a phase where clarity replaces confusion, where authority replaces hesitation, and where your voice carries weight you did not know it had. Don't skip this, because the days ahead will require courage, discernment, and trust in the one who has guided you this far. Listen carefully. You are not being asked to confront with anger, but with understanding, not to accuse, but to stand firmly in truth. The revelation of your birth is not meant to divide you from your sister, but to free both of you from the weight of silence. Can you feel compassion and strength coexisting in you right now? That is maturity forged by divine timing. My child, as this truth settles, you will notice doors opening that once stayed shut, conversations shifting, and opportunities aligning with precision. This is not sudden luck, this is release. Heaven honors readiness. And I need you to hear this final assurance clearly. Nothing about your life has been wasted, nothing has been delayed beyond purpose, and nothing that was hidden was meant to harm you. You were guided, guarded, and grown for this exact moment. Tell me, do you feel the calm confidence replacing the questions now? That is peace no secret can steal. Chosen one, walk forward knowing who you are, why you were spared, and what you are called to do next, because from this moment on, you will no longer live from mystery but from meaning, and everything, yes, everything, is about to change. Beware. God just revealed a hidden enemy in your family. The name will freeze your blood. Chosen one, listen closely, don't skip. Something is happening around you that heaven could no longer stay silent about. A spiritual alarm has been ringing over your life, and God just pulled back the veil on a person you never expected, someone close, someone you trusted, someone wearing love like clothing but carrying jealousy like poison beneath it. You felt it in your spirit, didn't you? The sudden shift in atmosphere when you entered the room, the tone in their voice when you shared your dreams, the smile that didn't reach their eyes when God blessed you. Tell me honestly, do you feel a strange tension around a certain family member lately? My child, this message is not random, and you know it deep in your soul. You were guided here because something was trying to stay hidden, and God is exposing it piece by piece. You might have dismissed it as your imagination, that heavy feeling in your chest, that uneasy silence between you and them, that moment you caught them watching you with something darker than love. Have you felt like someone close wants your downfall even though they pretend to care? Don't skip, this could save you. Heaven is whispering urgently, beware of the one whose words sound sweet but intentions taste bitter. Lately you've been receiving blessings, clarity, spiritual growth, and whenever God raises someone, a familiar enemy rises too. Judas was not a stranger, he shared the table. Delilah wasn't distant, she laid on Samson's chest. Cain wasn't an outsider, he was Abel's own blood. Sometimes the most dangerous attack doesn't come from outside, it comes from the chair across your dinner table. Chosen one, you've been wondering why you feel drained after speaking with them, why your joy shrinks around certain people, why your spirit feels attacked after family gatherings. Deep inside you already know who this message is pointing to. Does a name flash in your mind right now? Have you been sensing God trying to warn you about someone familiar? Maybe they laugh with you but never celebrate your growth. Maybe they smile but never clap. Maybe when you speak about your dreams, they plant doubt instead of faith. They call it advice, but it kills your courage. They call it concern, but it slows your destiny. My beloved, your spirit has been picking up what your eyes could not see. Do you believe this is meant for you? God is revealing a secret because your breakthrough is near, and with every breakthrough comes exposure. The enemy cannot remain hidden when God shines His light. You've been feeling a shift, friendships fading, connections breaking, sudden distance from people you once felt safe with. That is not coincidence. God is peeling away masks. You are stepping into a season where your destiny is too valuable to be surrounded by hidden snakes. Listen carefully, the enemy doesn't fear your past, they fear your future. They see the glow on you before you see it in yourself. They sense your elevation. They smell the oil of purpose on your head. They can see what you don't see yet, and it terrifies them. Someone close has been speaking against you in private, whispering doubts, planting seeds of envy. But God says no weapon formed will prosper. Still, you must be awake. Don't skip. You need to hear what comes next. God is preparing to reveal a sign, a moment so clear, so sharp, so undeniable that you will know exactly who this hidden enemy is. It may come through a slip of the tongue, an exposed conversation, a sudden argument, or a moment where their mask falls for just a second and you see the truth beneath it. And when that moment comes, your heart will race, your spirit will tremble, and the name will freeze your blood, but it will also free your destiny. Everything is about to change. Chosen one, take a deep breath and listen carefully. Do not look away, do not scroll, because this next part is where God begins to uncover the shadow that has been hiding in the light. You've been feeling spiritually watched, haven't you? A presence around you that doesn't celebrate your blessings but counts them, measures them, envies them. You can feel love from them one moment and a strange coldness the next. Tell me honestly, have you noticed their mood shift when God lifts you higher? They smile, but behind their smile you sense a storm. They hug you, but something inside you whispers, "Be careful." My beloved, your spirit has been seeing what your eyes could not. God is whispering through your intuition, through dreams, through restless nights, through sudden discomfort around someone you once trusted with your heart. Why do you think you've been losing peace after certain conversations? Why does your energy drain around one specific person in your family? Why do you feel safer in your own silence than in their company? Have you felt this too? Don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. This is discernment, heaven's warning system protecting your calling. There is someone who claps only when you fail, not when you rise. Someone who acts like they care but secretly rejoices when you struggle. Someone who pretends to pray for you but instead speaks your name with doubt, with envy, with curses masked as concern. God saw every hidden word, every secret conversation, every time they questioned your success behind your back. And now heaven says, no more. The season of exposure is here. My child, God is moving mountains to remove what was sent to delay your destiny. Do you believe He is working on your behalf right now? The enemy cannot stand the glow you carry, because it reminds them of what they tried and failed to destroy. You survived things that should have broken you. You healed wounds that were never apologized for. You forgave betrayals that would have hardened others. That's why you are chosen. That's why you are dangerous to darkness. You carry oil, favor, future, and they know it. Don't skip. The spiritual war intensifies when a chosen one is near breakthrough. And your breakthrough is closer than it has ever been. Heaven is lifting the curtain, someone's behavior will slip. Their true heart will leak through their words. You might hear them speak with unnecessary harshness, or see jealousy flash in their eyes like lightning. You might notice they only come around when they need something, but disappear when you need support. Pay attention, beloved, a revelation is approaching. A moment where God will put truth in plain view, and the shock of it will make you sit in silence. A voice in your soul will whisper, "It was them." And the name that rises in your spirit won't just surprise you, it will freeze your blood. But hold on tight, because what happens next will shock you. Chosen one, lean in even closer. The atmosphere around you is shifting. Can you feel it? There is a spiritual shaking taking place, and God is positioning you to see what you were never meant to be blind to. Don't skip this. Your destiny is tied to what you are about to hear. You've been noticing patterns, haven't you? Small things that didn't make sense before are suddenly connecting like puzzle pieces. The way they question your blessings, the way they change the subject when you talk about your dreams, the way they gossip about others in front of you, not knowing you are observing how they might speak about you when you're not in the room. Tell me honestly, have you seen sudden jealousy shining through someone you love? That uneasy feeling is not paranoia, it is divine alertness. My beloved, God shows signs before He reveals faces. Maybe you've been having dreams of conflict, of someone familiar turning against you, of a snake wearing human form. Maybe you've been waking up in the middle of the night thinking of a name, wondering why that face crosses your mind more often lately. Have you felt God warning you in your sleep? They may not attack you openly, not yet. Hidden enemies love shadows. They operate in silence, in subtle words, in smiles with fangs behind them. They pretend to care, but their spirit flinches when God blesses you. Pay attention. The one who never claps for your victories is often the one who prays you never rise. My child, the enemy saw your future long before you did. They noticed your anointing when you were still doubting yourself. They sensed your calling when you thought you were ordinary. They recognized greatness in you when you couldn't see it in the mirror. The enemy is not afraid of who you are. They are terrified of who you're becoming. And God is stepping in to protect your elevation. Don't skip, you must hear this. Heaven is preparing to separate you from connections that hinder your growth. It may hurt, because betrayal from blood cuts deep. But God removes what He knows will destroy you later. You will not be blindsided. The Spirit is preparing you. Do you believe God is guiding this moment right now? Soon there will be an incident, something small, maybe even accidental, but their heart will slip through their words. It could be a sarcastic comment wrapped in a laugh, a question that undermines your confidence, a moment where they fail to hide their bitterness when you succeed. And in that moment, clarity will strike like lightning. Your eyes will widen, your heart will pound, because everything will make sense. That uneasy feeling, those spiritual nudges, the dreams, the tension, it was God trying to tell you what your love wanted to ignore. A name is forming in your mind right now, don't deny it. You know who God is pointing to. But hold on, chosen one, the biggest truth is still hidden. Chosen one, stay with me, don't scroll, don't move. You are entering the most crucial part of this message, and the enemy would love nothing more than to distract you right now. Listen carefully. God is not exposing this hidden enemy to frighten you, but to free you. For so long you have carried confusion in your heart, wondering why you feel spiritually attacked inside your own home, why blessings seem to slow down when you share them with certain people, why every time you get excited about something, someone close speaks fear into your spirit instead of faith. Tell me honestly, have you noticed how they look uncomfortable when you talk about God elevating you? Their eyes shift, their smile fades just slightly, their words become strange and heavy. It's like they want you blessed, but not blessed more than them. My beloved, jealousy is silent until it becomes too heavy to hide. The enemy in your family is not always the loud one. Sometimes it is the calm one, the helpful one, the one who sits quietly but listens to everything you say. They want to know your plans so they can weaken them through words, through doubt, through spiritual interference. Have you ever shared something exciting and suddenly everything started going wrong? Doors shut. Peace vanished. Motivation died. That is not coincidence, that is exposure. God is showing you who cannot be trusted with your destiny. Don't skip, you must understand the season you are in. When God is about to bless someone, He first isolates them. He removes familiar voices so His voice becomes the loudest. He separates you from contaminated counsel so He can guide you directly. My child, you might notice arguments rising without reason, misunderstandings happening over small things, distance appearing naturally. It's not chaos, it's alignment. God is disconnecting you from those who would betray you later. It happened to Joseph. It happened to David. It happened to Jesus. Greatness always attracts hidden enemies disguised as family. But listen, you are not alone. Angels have been watching over you. Protection surrounds you even when you sleep. You are covered by grace, and no weapon, spoken or silent, will prosper. But you must be aware. Do you feel God speaking straight into your situation right now? Something will happen soon, a conversation overheard, a message seen, an expression caught, a truth revealed suddenly like lightning splitting the sky. And when it happens, your spirit will tremble because you will realize God has been preparing you for this moment. It won't be to destroy you, it will be to release you. The chain you never noticed was there will snap. The emotional tie that drained your soul will loosen. You will step into spiritual clarity, and peace will flood you like a river. But do not confront them in anger, God is handling this battle for you. Your role is to listen, discern, stay aligned, and protect your heart. Don't skip, because what comes next is heavier. There is a specific sign God will send, a test, a moment where you will share a small blessing or opportunity. Watch closely, their reaction will tell you everything. Will they celebrate? Or will their face darken for a second before they force a smile? Will they encourage you? Or will they slip a negative thought into your mind? That moment will be the revelation. The truth will hit you so powerfully that your body might go cold, your breath might shorten, because you will finally see what has been hidden in plain sight. And when you know, when God says, "This is the one," everything you thought you understood will change. The biggest part is still coming, the darkest secret is yet to unfold, the name is drawing nearer, and what you are about to hear next will shake your spirit to the core. Chosen one, breathe slowly and listen with your spirit, not just your ears. Don't skip, the enemy fears this moment because revelation is coming closer, closer than ever before. God is pulling you into truth, and truth is light that exposes every secret shadow. You may begin to notice this person watching you differently, listening more carefully, asking questions not out of love but out of curiosity, to know your moves, to track your progress, to predict your next blessing. They might ask, "How much did you make?" instead of, "How can I support your dream?" They might say, "Are you sure you can handle that?" instead of, "God is with you, go forth." Tell me honestly, have you heard words that felt like they were meant to break you a little? Words that sounded innocent but left you doubting yourself when you walked away? My beloved, that is how a hidden enemy operates, subtly, quietly, like poison in sweet fruit. They don't attack loudly. They attack softly. They don't strike with knives. They strike with sentences. But heaven is waking your discernment. You will start to feel uncomfortable sharing your plans with them. You will hesitate before answering their questions. You will sense your spirit tightening like a warning bell. Have you felt this sign recently? That inner something telling you to protect your ideas? That's the Holy Spirit guarding what is sacred. Chosen one, understand this. God will never allow a hidden enemy to remain hidden forever. He loves you too much. He has plans for you too great. Your destiny is heavy with purpose, and the enemy is trying to stand in the doorway, hoping to slow your progress through emotional ties, guilt, or manipulation. But God is now untangling the web. Don't skip, what I'm about to say is for you. Soon, you will speak a blessing, maybe about a new opportunity, a new connection, a miracle you've been praying for, and watch their reaction carefully. Their eyes will reveal the truth before their words do. Envy is a spirit that cannot hide under skin for long. It will slip through body language, tone, silence. You will see it too clearly to ignore. My child, when that moment comes, do not crumble. Do not fear. Do not hate. Instead, understand, this is God protecting you. He is removing access. He is closing spiritual doors. He is separating you for elevation. And when God separates, it means promotion is near. Do you believe your breakthrough is close? Because I tell you, it is. The enemy fought you hardest not because you were weak but because you were chosen to rise. And now, heaven is stepping in to expose the final veil. You might feel your heart race as truth unfolds. You might even shed tears realizing who was never truly for you. But those tears are cleansing, not breaking. You are being prepared to step into a miracle season, one that requires you to walk with clarity, not confusion. The moment of revelation will be sharp, unforgettable, a sentence spoken, a look exchanged, a moment of jealousy so clear you cannot unsee it. Your soul will whisper, trembling, "It's them." And the name that surfaces in your spirit will send a chill through your veins, not to terrify you, but to awaken you. Because after the name is revealed, the final message from God will change everything. The biggest truth is moments away, and what you hear next will break chains you didn't know existed. Chosen one, you've come this far, and the fact that you are still listening means this message is truly for you. Don't skip, this final part holds the revelation your spirit has been waiting for. Feel this deeply, the enemy wasn't revealed to shame you, but to prepare you. You are stepping into a higher calling, and not everyone can go with you. God is about to place you in rooms where your name will be honored, not attacked. He is about to pour blessings on you so heavy that any hidden jealousy near you would turn toxic if not exposed. This is why He warned you. This is why He brought you here. Now listen closely, the moment is coming very soon, days, maybe hours, when the truth will break through the surface. You might overhear them speaking carelessly when they think you're not around. You might receive a message that wasn't meant for your eyes. You might notice they celebrate others loudly, but go silent when it's your turn. It will happen suddenly, unexpectedly, and your spirit will freeze for a moment. A name will echo inside you like thunder. You will feel it, not guess it. Like God whispering directly into your soul, this is the one. Tell me honestly, are you prepared for that moment? Are you ready to let God remove who cannot follow you into your destiny? It may hurt because love blinds us. It may shake you because betrayal from family cuts deeper than swords. But remember, Abraham had to separate from Lot before the promise unfolded. Joseph was betrayed by brothers before he touched the throne. Jesus was handed over by one who walked beside him. Painful separation often precedes divine elevation. My beloved, when God reveals the name, do not react with anger, react with wisdom. Do not fight with your own hands, let God handle the battle. Your silence will speak louder than confrontation. Your growth will be your revenge. Your peace will be your proof. Don't skip, something miraculous is next. After revelation comes restoration. God will bring new people into your life who celebrate you genuinely, who pray for you secretly, who cheer for your destiny without competition. Your circle will shrink, but your blessings will grow. You will feel lighter, freer, protected. The spiritual fog will clear and clarity will fill your mind like morning light. Do you believe this is your moment of awakening? Because God does. You weren't chosen to be broken, you were chosen to rise. And now the enemy knows they can no longer hide. Soon you will look back and thank God for the exposure. You will see how every delay was protection. How every warning was love. How every sign was God's hand guiding you to this truth. The name that once froze your blood will lose its power over you, because God will give you victory over every hidden attack. Destiny is calling, angels are moving. Heaven is aligning doors you prayed for, and your breakthrough is closer than breath. Stay alert, chosen one. Watch for the sign. Prepare your heart. Because now, everything is about to change forever.